He lied, cheated, took my money, and my family took his side. Said I was too ambitious, that I made him feel small. So they hosted him for holidays while I spent mine alone. This year, they got my Christmas card. Inside, a photo of me on a stage holding my award. Caption, turns out I wasn't too much, just too much for you. He lied, cheated, took everything. It started with the messages. A DM I wasn't supposed to see, a woman I didn't recognize. I opened it thinking it was spam. It wasn't. He said it was nothing. Said she was a friend. Said I was paranoid. Then I found the second phone. Not hidden, just lazy, still charged under a pile of receipts in his glove box. That night I confronted him. He didn't deny it, just said, "You've been distant, busy, focused on your work all the time." Like that explained why he slept with her. And three others, apparently. I still didn't leave, not right away. I was in too deep emotionally, financially. We shared a lease, a checking account, a dog. I told myself we could fix it, that maybe therapy would help, that maybe if I changed something, anything, he'd come back. Then I opened our joint statement and saw the charges. Flights, restaurants, jewelry, all paid with my card. The card he said he never used. When I asked about it, he looked bored, said he'd meant to tell me, said it all evened out. It didn't. I spent 3 days untangling what I could, called the bank, froze the account, moved out of our place with 2 bags and my laptop. He told everyone I overreacted, that I was controlling, that I was too intense. And somehow that stuck. I thought telling them would be the start of healing. I called my mom first. I didn't give her the whole story, just enough. He cheated, he stole from me, I left. I expected a gasp, maybe outrage, maybe even comfort. Instead, she paused, then said, "That's complicated." I waited. She didn't fill the silence, so I called my dad. He let me talk longer, but when I finished, he sighed and said, "Relationships take work. You can't just walk away every time it gets hard." He said every time like I had a pattern, like I'd made a career out of giving up. Then he added, "You've always been intense. Maybe you pushed him too hard." That word again, I hung up, waited for someone to call back. No one did. I tried one more time, my brother. He listened, then asked, "But did he hit you?" "No." Then it's not unforgivable. That's what they gave me. Not comfort, not outrage, just measured disappointment. Like I'd failed them. Like I'd ruined a good thing because I couldn't manage it right. They didn't ask if I had somewhere to stay. They didn't ask how much he took. They didn't ask if I was okay. They asked why I couldn't just let it go. They called me too ambitious. Not in those exact words, not at first. My mother said I was always a little intense, that I had a strong personality. Then she said, "Men like to feel needed, sweetheart. You can't outshine them and expect them to stay." Like it was a law of physics. Like his betrayal was a natural reaction to my success. My father said men need space, that I probably emasculated him without realizing it. That maybe if I hadn't been so focused on my goals, he wouldn't have felt like he had to find attention somewhere else. They weren't angry at him. They were uncomfortable with me. I had worked hard, harder than anyone in the family. Promotions, long hours, my own name on contracts, invoices, presentations. I never asked for applause, just support. Instead, they gave it to him. "He's still figuring things out," my mom said. "Not everyone can keep up with you," my dad added. "Just try to understand where he was coming from." I did. He lied, he cheated, he stole, and they blamed me. They invited him to dinner. I found out through a cousin, a casual message. "So weird seeing him at Sunday dinner without you." I didn't reply. Later that week, I saw a photo. My mom had posted it on Facebook, him at their table, holding a plate of my aunt's mac and cheese, laughing. My father in the background, smiling, my brother next to him like nothing had ever happened. I stared at the photo for a long time. He was still family, they said. He'd made mistakes, but he was trying. They said I'd shut them out. Said he hadn't. It didn't matter that he cheated, or drained my account, or tried to make me feel like I was hard to love. He was easy to forgive. I wasn't. They welcomed him in because he made them feel comfortable, because he played humble, because he knew how to say, "I messed up," in the exact way people like my parents believe. And I walked away. I didn't beg, I didn't cry, I didn't perform, so they left a seat for him, and left me to eat alone. I spent my holidays alone. While he sat at their table, passing mashed potatoes, laughing at my dad's recycled jokes, I heated up leftovers and watched reruns. The first holiday without them felt like punishment. Not because I missed him, I didn't, but because they didn't even ask. No invitation, no text, no space made, just silence. I lit a candle anyway, set one plate, ate slowly. Turned my phone face down after the fifth notification from the group chat I never left but stopped answering. At one point, I checked Instagram. Big mistake. There they were, my family, my people, my history, smiling, cozy, happy. And there he was in the middle of it like he'd always belonged more than I did. I didn't cry. Not then. I just turned off my phone, rinsed my plate, sat on the couch with a blanket that smelled like my old apartment and listened to the radiator kick on. That night, I let the quiet settle. It didn't feel good, but it felt honest. They sent me photos, group shots, smiling faces, his arm around my cousin, my dad carving the turkey. My mom's caption, "So glad we're all together," sent straight to my phone like it was normal. No context, no apology, no awareness. Just an image, him in my old seat, her hand on his shoulder, everyone else pretending that nothing was missing. I stared at it for a full minute, then put the phone down. A few minutes later, my brother followed up with a text. "You should have come, he asked about you." I didn't respond, because that wasn't care, that was performance. That was them pretending they had tried, that they'd included me, that if I stayed away, it was my choice. What they didn't say was louder. They didn't say they were sorry. They didn't say he was wrong. They didn't say, "We believe you, we miss you. We see you." They sent me pictures of the man who robbed me sitting in my place at their table. That was the message, and I got it. I stopped replying, not all at once, just gradually, quietly. First, it was muting the group chat, then skipping the weekly calls, then deleting photos one by one from my phone, not out of anger, but to make space. They didn't notice at first, or maybe they did and chose not to say anything. I wasn't dramatic about it. No announcement, no long message. I just left the conversations they kept having without me. No more "hope you're doing okay." No more "he's trying." No more gaslighting wrapped in holiday cheer. I unfollowed him. Then all of them. I let the space widen. It wasn't revenge, it was survival. They had made their choice, so I made mine. I focused on my work. It was the only place I still felt like myself, like I was worth listening to. No one there cared who I dated, who left, who lied. They saw the results. They saw the work. So I poured everything into it. Early mornings, late nights. I said yes to the hard projects, the ones no one else wanted. I stayed in the office when it was empty, lights low, music in my headphones, fingers on the keyboard. There was no applause, just progress. I rebuilt my confidence through strategy decks and campaign pitches. Every win was small, quiet mine. While they passed the gravy to a man who stole from me, I closed contracts. While he posted shirtless selfies with vague captions about growth, I led teams and hit goals ahead of schedule. No one texted me congratulations. No one offered to celebrate, so I learned how to celebrate alone. I stayed sharp. I stayed hungry. And slowly I started to rise. He said I'd regret leaving him. He said it calmly, like it was a fact, not a threat. We were in the hallway of the apartment I used to share with him. I'd come to grab the last of my things. I had my keys in one hand, my spine straight, my voice steady. He leaned against the doorframe, smiling like he was the one doing me a favor by letting me leave. "You'll see," he said. "Guys aren't lining up to date women like you." I didn't respond, he kept going. "You're too busy, too intense. You don't make room for anyone else. You're lucky I even tried." He called what he did trying. Then he added, like it was a joke, "One day, you're gonna wish you kept someone who could tolerate your lifestyle." Tolerate, like loving me was a chore, like I should have been grateful for being handled. I walked past him without a word. That was the last time I saw him, but that line stayed in my head longer than I wanted it to. I kept building anyway. While he chased attention in comments and selfies, I stayed late. While he posted gym pics with captions like "leveling up," I was actually doing it. I wasn't loud. I didn't announce anything. I just kept showing up. Pitch after pitch. Campaign after campaign. No shortcuts, no handouts, just execution, precision, results. There were nights I walked home exhausted, coat open, dinner skipped, but I felt full, full of momentum, full of proof that I didn't need anyone to believe in me to keep moving. I wrote strategy decks while he wrote thirsty captions. I built relationships, real ones, with clients, mentors, teams. I became the person they called when things got hard, the one they trusted. He was still out there performing. I was building something he couldn't touch, something no one could take from me again. I got the call. Late. My inbox lit up at 10:43 p.m. just as I was shutting my laptop. Subject line, nomination confirmed. I clicked it fast like maybe I read it wrong. But there it was, my name, bold in the first line. Finalist. Major Industry Award. National recognition. I stared at the screen, let it sink in. Let it mean something, not because of the trophy, not because of the title, but because I got there without shortcuts, without help, without applause. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I didn't screenshot it to text anyone. I just sat there in my silent apartment, laptop glow on my face, and smiled. For once, the win didn't feel like a comeback. It felt like proof. I didn't tell anyone, not my mom, not my dad, not my brother, not my cousin, the one he used to flirt with over dinner. I didn't text the group chat, didn't post it online, didn't give them a chance to pretend they were proud. I kept it for myself. I booked the flight, paid for the hotel, picked my dress, all without a single opinion. I didn't need a cheering section. I wasn't looking for support. I was protecting my joy. It had taken me too long to realize that not everyone deserves to share your light, especially the ones who tried to dim it. So I made the plans, packed the dress, set the alarm, and smiled knowing they'd find out the way everyone else would. Too late. I walked on stage alone. No one waiting in the wings. No hand to squeeze before they called my name. Just me, steady heels, deep breath, one foot in front of the other. The room was packed. Bright lights. Cold air, applause that didn't feel fake. They read my name clearly, gave a short intro. People clapped like they meant it. Not because they knew me, but because the work spoke loud enough on its own. I didn't look for a familiar face in the crowd. There wasn't one. My phone stayed quiet in my bag. No, you did it. No, we're proud of you. No, wish we were there. But it didn't feel empty. It felt clean, like every person who was supposed to be there wasn't, and that was the win. I held the mic with a steady hand, no nerves. No shaking, no need to pause. I thanked the clients who trusted me, the teams who worked late without complaint, the mentors who showed up without strings attached. I didn't thank my family, didn't thank the man who said I was too much, didn't thank the silence that followed when I needed noise. I didn't make it emotional, I made it clear. I said, sometimes the people who call you difficult just haven't seen you in the right light. I said, success isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving yourself right when no one else claps. And then I smiled, not because I was proud of what I overcame, because I liked who I became. The photo was perfect. Me in a deep navy gown, sharp lines, no frills. Hair up, shoulders back, award in one hand, mic in the other. Spotlight clean across my face, you could see the steadiness in my eyes, the calm, the certainty. No one else in the frame, no partner, no family. No crowd pressed close behind me, just me. The photographer sent a dozen options. I chose that one, no edits, no filter, just truth. It wasn't just a photo, it was a full sentence. And I knew exactly what I was going to do with it. I bought the cards myself. Heavy cardstock. Matte finish. No gloss, no glitter, no distractions, just weight, clean edges, a photo on the front, no caption yet, just space. I uploaded the image, centered it, picked the font carefully, classic, no curves, no apology. I ordered exactly the number I needed, not one extra, thick envelopes, no discounts, no promo code. No note from the printer that said, thanks for your order, just clean, expensive silence. It wasn't about revenge, it wasn't even about them. It was about me taking up space. On paper, in print. In the middle of their holiday season. They sent me photos of him at the table. I was sending one back. I wrote one line, no greeting, no update, no signature, just this. Turns out I wasn't too much. Just too much for you. 12 words, that was all. No anger in them, no begging, just a mirror. I placed it right below the photo, not centered, not dramatic, just there. quiet and sharp. I looked at it one more time before sending the files to print. Then I smiled, because I didn't need a paragraph to say everything. Just one line they'd never be able to unsee. I sent it to every one of them. His apartment, my parents' house, my brother's place. Even my aunt, the one who never said a word but always made space for him at the table. One envelope at a time, I printed the labels, pressed them on straight, licked each seal, no rush. No heat, just calm precision. I dropped them in the mailbox the same day the Christmas cards started stacking up around the neighborhood. Red envelopes, glitter pens, candy cane stamps. Mine looked different. Plain, clean, heavy. They wouldn't know what was inside until they opened it. They'd think I had softened, reached out, made peace. They had no idea it was a mirror. I sent each card like a gift, like a fact, like a boundary they'd never cross again. And when I walked away from the mailbox, I didn't look back. I got silence back. No thank you, no congratulations, no we're proud of you. Just the same silence they gave me when I was picking up the pieces alone. They saw it, I know they did. Not one of them unfollowed me. Not one of them missed the post I made 2 days later, casually dropping the same photo with no caption. They watched. They always watch. But no one reached out. Not even to fake it. And that somehow felt better than a forced apology. They chose their side when it cost them nothing. Now they can keep it. I didn't need their applause. Not anymore. I sat in my apartment, lights low, tree lit, card propped on the mantel like a trophy. Champagne in one hand, silence in the other. I looked around at everything I'd built. No help, no cheerleaders, no soft landings. Just me inch by inch, rebuilding a life they never believed I could hold on my own. The card was still there. That photo, that line. Turns out I wasn't too much, just too much for you. Let them read it again, let it echo. They spent so long trying to shrink me. Now they get to watch me shine from the sidelines. And that's enough. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you all.